Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 16th chapter of El Filibusterismo, or The Reign of Greed, written by Dr. José Rizal, titled The Tribulations of a Chinese. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and lessons found in this chapter. Listen and watch carefully, as you will learn a lot from this historical work by Rizal. Let's begin. The story revolves around Quiroga, a Chinese businessman who dreams of establishing a consulate for his people in the Philippines. He hosts a grand banquet attended by numerous Spanish priests, government officials, soldiers, traders, and other clients and business partners. The party is lively, filled with noise, drinking, and cigarette smoke, and decorated in a Chinese style that reflects Quiroga's culture and taste. Quiroga moves around the rooms, making sure no one is stealing from his store. Even though he is busy, he continues to shake hands and greet his guests, aware that many of them are there only for the free food and drinks, rather than for him. One of the guests is Simon, a mysterious jeweler with significant influence in the government. At dinner, Quiroga expressed his concern over the loss of 3 expensive bracelets he had given to a woman who was a friend of a powerful official, which had left him in great debt to Simon. When Simon arrives, he demands that Quiroga pay a debt of 9,000 pesos. Quiroga explains that he has suffered financial losses and cannot pay the amount. Simon then offers a deal. He will reduce the debt by 2,000 pesos if Quiroga agrees to store newly arrived weapons in his warehouse. Simon assures him that there is nothing to fear because the weapons will soon be moved elsewhere, and an investigation will be staged. Quiroga would even profit from helping those who might be arrested. Fearing Simon's anger and the loss of his chance to establish a consulate, Quiroga reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, in another part of the banquet, other guests are busy discussing various government issues, business matters, and policies. A group of priests is discussing about a talking head displayed in a fair in Quiapo, managed by a man named Mr. Leeds. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. Quiroga, a Chinese businessman aspiring to establish a consulate for his people in the Philippines, hosts a grand banquet attended by Spanish priests, officials, soldiers, traders, and business partners. Despite ensuring the banquet runs smoothly and greeting his guests, Quiroga is preoccupied with worries about financial losses and the suspicion that some guests might steal from his store. Simon confronts Quiroga about a 9,000 peso debt, offering to reduce it by 2,000 pesos if Quiroga agrees to store newly arrived weapons in his warehouse. Quiroga reluctantly agrees to Simon's deal, fearing the jeweler's influence and hoping to protect his dream of establishing a consulate. During the banquet, other guests engage in discussions about government issues, business, and a mysterious talking head displayed in a fair in Quiapo managed by Mr. Leeds. Important characters. Quiroga, a Chinese businessman aiming to establish a consulate for his people in the Philippines. He hosts the lavish banquet to gain the support of his business partners, clients, and friends for this goal. Simon, a mysterious jeweler with strong government connections. He had loaned expensive bracelets to Quiroga and proposes a dangerous solution to settle Quiroga's debt in exchange for his help. Don Timoteo Peláez, a merchant and the father of Juanito Peláez. He attends the banquet but often criticizes the Chinese and their businesses. Padre Camorra, a priest who enjoys arguments and frequently debates with the other guests. He often clashes with Ben Zabe over topics like spiritualism and supernatural events. Ben Zabe, a journalist who loves sharing his opinions and theories about scientific and supernatural subjects. He debates with Padre Camorra about the fair exhibits in Quiapo. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The chapter takes place in Quiroga's store located in Escolta, Manila. Here are some of the lessons, messages, or implications shown in this chapter. Quiroga's desire for power and influence pushes him into risky agreements. His ambition leads to financial problems and entanglement with Simon's dangerous schemes, which could bring him harm. The chapter highlights the greed of characters like Quiroga, who prioritize their self-interest over others' welfare. This selfishness and exploitation of others often result in more problems, chaos, and mistrust. The secret deals between Quiroga and Simoon demonstrate how such conspiracies often lead to danger, investigations, and the arrest of innocent people. It also shows that hiding the truth usually comes with negative consequences. And that concludes the 16th chapter of El Filibusterismo, the Tribulations of a Chinese. What have you learned from this chapter? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.